Hey there, it's Kevin Ward with Yes Masters Real Estate Success Training, helping real estate agents get more yeses and more successes in your business and in your life. And I had one of my coaching members ask a question today that's a common question I get, and that is, do you leave voicemails when you're prospecting? Do you leave a message? And if you do leave a message, when do you leave a message? And number two, what do you say when you leave the message? Okay, so let's just talk about the different scenarios. So number one, if you're calling random calling, so what is traditionally called cold calling, which I totally do not advocate. I'll advocate if you're going to make calls to people you don't know, it's warm calling because you're warm and you expect them to be warm. So if you're warm calling and they don't answer, don't leave a message. There's no reason to. If you're calling somebody back, if you're returning a phone call or you're doing a follow-up call, which means you told them they would call or they're expecting your call, you always leave a message. And that call would go very simply like, hey, it's Kevin Ward with Yes Masters Real Estate. I just was returning your phone call, or I just wanted to touch base, or I was just wanting to follow up on our previous conversation and see whatever, blah, blah, blah. So give me a call back at your earliest opportunity. Look forward to talking soon. My number is, and so forth. So that's a simple message you leave for somebody that you've already got a connection with. They were expecting you to call, or you had told them that you would call, or you're returning a phone call. Now, the next scenario is when you're calling prospecting for sell by owners and expireds. And this is really the one that most agents have questions on is, do I leave messages for sell by owners and expireds? And it used to, I was taught, and I also coached agents not to leave messages because a voicemail can never get a decision. So which means you can't get an appointment on a voicemail. And if you call them, the time you spend leaving a message and so forth, it's very unlikely they're going to call you back. So you could spend your time better letting it ring 3 or 4 times, hang up, and dial the next number, instead of waiting for them to answer, for their voice greeting to go off, and then you leave a message that they're probably not going to call you back on. And used to, that was 100% true. Things have changed a little bit for several reasons. Number one, in most markets across North America, the number of for sale by owners and expireds is dramatically lower than it used to be. Just we're in low inventory markets, very few expireds, very few expired for sale by owners in a lot of markets. So because there's fewer of them, they are a more valuable commodity because still most of them are going to relist within 30 days with a different agent, and most for sale by owners are going to end up listing with somebody. So you want to, you basically, there's fewer to go around, you got to work harder to get them. That's one change. So where used to you just blow through them because there were so many, there was always enough. Now that's one change. The other change is technology. Fewer and fewer people have home phones, and the ones that do, they have answering machines, and instead of the answering machine being a place you leave a message, their answering machine, now they use it as a call screening device, which means they're home and they're listening. When their phone rings, they're seeing who it is before they answer. And so if you don't leave a message, that means you're never telling them who you are. They're not ever going to answer, and you're not ever going to talk to them. And so when you do leave a message, a lot of times if they like your voice and it sounds friendly and they're open to talking to you, they'll pick up the phone because you did that. So here's the message you leave with for sale by owners and expireds if you're going to leave a message. And typically be on the first call, I would leave a message, and then like if you're calling 3 days in a row, I would not leave a message every day. First day, you leave a message, and you're basically giving them a chance to pick up the phone, and occasionally they'll call you back. That's still rare, but it's putting it out there. So here's the message. The key is make it short and sweet. Hey, this is Kevin Ward. I'm a local real estate agent. I noticed your house just came off the market on the computer today, and I wanted to find out if you were still interested in selling it. If you are, would you please call me right away? Again, my name is Kevin Ward, local real estate agent. My phone number is blah, 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 with the for sale by owner. Hey, this is Kevin Ward. I'm a local real estate agent. I was calling to find out if your property was still available. If it is, would you call me right away? My number is blah, blah, blah. That's the message. You want it to be 10 seconds or less. And you want it to be kind of create that curiosity effect of like, he said, if you're still interested in selling, call me right away. Now, here's what they're probably thinking. He may have a buyer. I'm going to call him back. I don't care what they're thinking. All I care is that I want to increase my chances of them calling me back. When they call me back, I never said I had a buyer. I never implied I had a buyer. And I'm never going to pretend like I have a buyer unless I do, because that's BS. That's a BS approach. Don't do a BS approach. What I want to do is let them know I need to talk to them if they're still interested in selling their house. Why do I need to talk to them? Because I can help them actually get their property sold. That's what you do. That's your job. So you leave the message, you make it short, you make it sweet, get on, get off, and that also lets you make more contacts, make more dials, as you don't want to be sitting there leaving long voicemails. So this video's gone long enough. Hope that helps. Talk soon.